So the first thing I do, I approach my tree. I have a 8-step wild edge bag that has 6 steps in it, and my aider. The aider is tied to the bag via the carabiner. I've actually tied the clasp open with the carabiner. That keeps the carabiner on the aider and also keeps the clasp open, so it's easier when I'm climbing up the I get up on the step. I can then just pull the carabiner off and the aider and bring it up and move on to the next step. So I just clasp that here, keep it out of the way. The steps, what I do with the steps as I'm putting them in the bag, I actually fold the line up for each step and put it in instead of doing a bundle. I just prefer that method. It makes it easier, so I can just unzip and I can just pull each individual step out without having to mess with the whole, all the line for all the other ones. So first step obviously is get your wild edge step on there. Seems like a good solid. What I'm shooting for is, actually it's a little higher, but about 5 feet per step. That's what I'm comfortable with right now. It's my first year using these steps, and I'm not really comfortable going any much higher with it. And also just with the aider, 5 feet seems like a good amount, and the 6 steps gets me to about 30 feet, which is plenty. So once I get that step on, then I can take the aider, and what I've done, I don't know if you can see it in here, but I think I showed it in the picture, but I've got some tape on there, and then I put some zip ties that are a little wider than the carabiner. That just keeps the carabiner from sliding on the step. So get the aider on, and then get the lineman's belt on, and I just got a daisy chain. I think a lot of people do that. Seems to work pretty good. I'm actually swapping out all these the stock ropes with the OpLux, all 3 lines. And I'm using the Kong duck, which I really like, as opposed to the Prussian. You probably can't see on the video, but this is actually a split tree here. That's why I'm feeding it through there, so I'm not wrapped all the way around it. So once I get my lineman's belt in, pretty solid there with the step. Oh yeah, one other thing, when I first started using the aider, I was getting a lot of kickouts, and I think the problem was I was putting my foot against the tree and then going to step up before I took the slack out of it. So what I do now is I make sure that I've got all the slack out of the aider, push down on it, then I put my toe against the tree. And that seems to work pretty good. I haven't had any issues with the with kickouts after that. up on the step, and I'm only going to do 2 steps just because I don't want to climb out of the picture if I don't. But so I get up on the step. And then what I do is I just use this rope, pull the aider up, clasp it on, make sure it's straight, and then continue on until I'm up to hunting height. So when I'm ready to get down, take the aider off. What I do is I usually grab onto this step, take my 1 foot off using my right foot, and then I'll use the string to lower the aider down, and I'll position my left foot just to the left of where the zip ties are, and then sometimes it'll go right in, other times I need to use my right foot to kind of kick it in, and then just make sure that it's in between the zip ties. And I can take this one off. And as I mentioned before, I put the step in, and then I'll just bundle the line up like this and shove it in there. That way I can pull them out individually without having to pull the whole thing out. And then descending is just a matter of making sure your aider is lined up, all the steps. Again, it's important, step down, take the pressure or take the slack out of the aider as you step down. And that's it.